Hey, what is going on? What is going on? Spiritual experiences here. We're going to do a little spread called the Tree of Life. First time recording a reading. I've done a couple channel messages, but first time doing a recorded reading to upload. But funny thing how this happened is kind of ignoring spirit on doing this, because sounds weird because, you know, stage fright, but obviously I'm in my room recording by myself, you know, until it gets uploaded. But still, I know that, you know, you guys are going to be watching it, so stage fright is what it is. We all got our fears we got to work past. But I use the Wisdom Seekers Tarot by David Fontana. Horrible at pronouncing names, especially last names. Fontana. Here it is. And the Tree of Life is basically helps us, because cards be talking to me too, you know. We're all ever-evolving people, and we're growing and learning. We're all doing this together, so ain't no shame. Ain't no shame in the thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. But, the star, the Wheel of Fortune. Got some good stuff coming, guys. Got some good stuff coming. Hey, that's beautiful. That's always beautiful to see. The Tree of Life with this spread, it helps us find our inner calling. It's not, you know, a reading about love or a general reading about career or finances or, you know, things of that nature. It's basically a journey within ourselves to find our own peace, our own happiness, our own calling. That's obviously being guided by spirit, God, divine energies, Allah, the Buddha, whatever your preference title is, that's it. Whatever your higher power is, that's what we work with. I'm already getting to all the labels because, I mean, it's all the same, you know. As long as you believe there's a higher force at work, something bigger than you, something bigger than me, you know, behind the scenes, creating all these beautiful realities and magical natures and all that good stuff, you know, hey, that's what we're here for. We'll get a little bit into this. I've been channeling messages for quite some time, honestly. Ever since I was younger, ever since I was a kid, I've always seen things that I couldn't explain. I've talked to spirits from dream states, or like kind of going to like a vivid daydream, if you will. It's like, oh, okay. Seen a couple spirits. You know, I try to. You can't really tell them what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Well, look, man, just make it where, you know, I don't freak out. Like, don't be having me sitting here talking to y'all or something, and then I go like some medium type stuff, and boom, there's a person standing right there, or a spirit standing right there that looks like a person. They know I ain't ready. I ain't ready. Pineapples. I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready for that yet. Well, hey, if it's meant to come, it's meant to come. You know, can't tell them what to do. You know, really. But you know, all I do is ask for call on Archangel Michael, you know, I call him Big Mike. It's my homie right there, you know. He just protect me, because it get a little intense. Yeah, I grew up Christian. I've had prophets and prophetess and preachers and pastors and whatnot come up to me, tell me, hey, you know, just be sitting in church, chilling, you know, a good old time. And then all of a sudden, like, okay, come on up here. Of course, you look like, me. Oh, okay. Hi, how you doing? And then, you know, I started laying hands and all that good stuff on you, and gonna stay in there. You know, I was like 12, I believe, the first time that I actually got called out. Mom had a book called The Divine Revelation of Hell. And the author, basically, if you haven't read the book, it's a good book. For a 12-year-old, it's intense. But, you know, I was brave. My mom read it. It was like, you know, you got to read this. And I grew up in the church. Like, 7 days a week in the church. Like, yes, there's actually stuff that goes on 7 days a week. Yeah. Tells you how much I actually went outside and played and whatnot, you know. But hey, it is what it is. Got some knowledge. Spiritual now. Didn't necessarily kind of got kicked out of junior church a couple times for asking too many questions. Like, you can't question God. I'm not questioning God. I'm just trying to get clarification. Like, you know, well, why this or why that, or how come this or how come that? Well, that doesn't make sense. That kind of confuses me. Well, why is this? But then they said this. Like, it, you know, it was a lot. Because when I, you know, will go and read the Bible on my own, it was like, that's not what I got. I got this. So, well, that's not what, you know, Pastor said. And okay, but that's his interpretation. You know, that's why, like my godfather, he's a pastor, and he always, I'm gonna go ahead and light an incense, you know. He always used to tell us, you know, you gotta read the Bible on your own. It's always good to read it on your own, do your own Bible study and everything and whatnot. That way you understand it for yourself. And yeah, I took that to heart. So sometimes it takes these quite a while to light, you know, just like hurry up. There we go. Hey, it's smelling all good. Oh, just in case you want to know, that was ISIS right there. Definitely part of my ancestral bloodline. Feel free to timestamp this, y'all, you know. We already at 8 minutes, but I figure I'd give y'all a little bit of background details, background knowledge on your boy here, you know. You know, there's a little spiritual daily enlightenment. Daily spiritual enlightenment, you know. DSC, a little bit of DSC, yay. I like that, I dig that. We're gonna keep that, we're gonna use that. But basically, yeah, it helps you, this spread helps us go within to help ourselves become more. You know, I know there's a lot of people that, you know, focus on love and everything, but also there's a lot of inner work that we also, you know, need to do as far as, you know, gets a little confusing, you know, watching some readings or just, you know, going on throughout your daily duties, you know, good old adulting, and like, oh, well, you know, I feel this or I feel that, or not really sure which path I need to go down, you know, because I know I struggle with that a little bit. I have a few abilities and talents. So it was like, okay, well, which one am I supposed to do? Like, so I tried one, and it was like, well, no, not that one. Okay, well, how about this one? No, not that one. All right, well, how about this one? No, not that one. So now they kick my butt into doing this. So, yeah, you know, as monks as another one. So, yeah, kind of doing two things at one time. But hey, they know I can handle it. I don't mind. I like the challenge. That's that Sag. Yeah, my signs are in Western. I am a Sag. I'm a cuss baby, so Sag, Scorpio, cuss. Sun, Aries, Moon, and Cancer. Rising, Ascendant, whichever term you decide to coin to it. In Vedic, I am a Pisces moon. And yeah, that pretty much, because I mean, I have all 12 signs in my chart, so on any given day, depending on where the transits are, based on astrology. Still working on that, a little fuzzy. That's a lot to, that's a lot to, but it's all cohesive, But it's a lot to grasp in that, so working on that too. So maybe we're working on 3 things. Hey, yeah, we're always learning. There's never an end to that, which that's the beautiful thing about knowledge and the world. You can never know enough. You never know everything. It's impossible. So that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I'm working on that right now. Okay, let's go ahead and dig into it. Spirit, I ask you, please give us guidance and things we need to know so that we can evolve to be greater beings in the 3D realm, spiritual realm, mental, and, physical. Please help us gain the knowledge and wisdom that we need to know today to enrich our lives, brighten our paths, and for the highest good of all. For the highest good of all. Highest good of all. Always. Always and forever. Always the highest good of all. No self-gain. I love doing readings. This is just fun and amazing. I appreciate y'all for giving me this gift. Yeah. If I look up or I'm talking to my guides, they're right there, So, not talking to myself, talking to my guys. Well, I guess technically I am because I'm recording this, but hey, you know how it goes. Yeah, I'm a little crazy, but hey, normal's overrated. No one wants to be normal. Be normal's boring. It's what the 3D world wants us to be. So, thank you for the guidance in advance. Y'all, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. One more. Okay. One more for the show, y'all. Ooh. Something wanted to pop out, didn't it, though? These readings can be pretty lengthy because it is a 11-card spread. And we go back and clarify, whatever may need to be clarified on. Up. With death at the bottom of the deck. Hey, yeah. And then some cycles. That's always a beautiful thing to see. Pardon me, got my tea. If y'all love the color blue, it's always been my color. It's always been my thing, Archangel Michael, that's how it go. So, in our spiritual column, we have 3 columns here. There's the spiritual path. There's the intellectual path to right here to my left, and then to my right, there's the emotional path. And spiritual path, first card, the devil in reverse. It's a beautiful thing having the devil in reverse. Definitely ending a lot of negativity things, and then some bad cycles. The death cards there. Got some endings coming, followed by the tower. Love these cards. You look, that's so animated. It's like, oh, you got to get out of here. Nope, time to go. Get out. So we have some things coming down, followed by justice in reverse. Followed by the Hierophant. Followed by temperance. All right, so the first one is our physical self-awareness. So we're definitely aware that we definitely need to end some things, end some there's a lot of ending addictions going on, aren't they? You know, I can truly say that I have one. I'm to smoke black and milds. Yeah, definitely ending that. You know, it's not healthy. It's not good. You know, got lung cancer and all of that stuff. So we're definitely ending a lot of physical addictions, whether it be drinking, smoking, different poisons or toxins we seem to hold in our bodies, whether that's clearing out negative energy, negative thought patterns. Because it looks like, you know, they sit here, like they contemplate, like, man, why does this always happen? I can't do this. You know, it just keeps going on and on and on. And yeah, I get it. Been there, done that. For the natural world, in the 3D realm, we got the tower. So we got some stuff shaking up. Got some things shaking up, coming together. So with the ending of the addictions, and we're coming to realizing that we do have some stuff we need to change to better ourselves. Which, you know, our body is our essentially our temple, that we house our spirit, our mind, our soul, intuition, thoughts. So with the tower coming, that's definitely ending. The next one we have justice in reverse. This is awareness of your spiritual abilities or spiritual realities. With justice in reverse, we're definitely going to go back and clarify that. There definitely seems to be an imbalance with our awareness of our spiritual realities. It's some things that spirit is trying to tell us that we may be ignoring or fighting against, or, you know, that our ego or those negative thoughts, you know, are blocking and hindering us from seeing, hearing, and realizing what spirit is actually trying to tell us, trying to show us, so that we can live, you know, better lives and be living pure bliss and harmony and all the good. Definitely, you know, a few imbalances that we should definitely, you know, work on. Go inside, meditate, let that inner voice talk to you. Talk to me too. I told you, you know, it took me a while to get here. Hey, we all go through it. You know, ain't nothing wrong with, you know, something does happen within the day, and, you know, like I was planning on moving, and come to find out now that I got a little bit stunted, just minor setback. It's like, dang, man, you know what? Again, man, come on, man. I just can't win for losing. Ain't nothing wrong with, feeling how you gonna feel, but also at the same time, we also have to be aware of those thoughts and be like, all right, now what can I do? What's the next move? How can I get around it? Not just dwell in those negative thoughts and those negative patterns, because when we dwell in it, then the more effort that we put towards those thoughts, that's what actually will start manifesting. Instead of embracing the moment and be like, all right, dang, yeah, that sucks. Life is life. Everything isn't rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns, and rain and Skittles. It's just not. So yeah, we're emotional beings. We're definitely gonna have some emotions or some things that we're like, okay, what the heck is going on here? What is really going on? But it's also good to snap back out of it. Don't dwell there for like a week or a month, and it does take time. It does take time. I went from dwelling for like a day to like 2-3 days to 2 days to 1 day to a couple hours. Now I could be a little moved for like 5-10 minutes and be like, all right, come on now, shake it off. Let's do something about this. Game plan. Things happen, that's out of your control. You gotta be able to adjust and go with the flow. Change up, adaptability. Next we was the Hierophant. And this is awareness of our inner spirit. So we definitely we feel like something. Some of us feel like something is definitely tugging at us. That's calling. You might have a hunch, a guess. You might have a couple hunches or guesses. Like, okay, well, man, I feel like I should do this, but I'm afraid, or I don't know about it, or I'm not quite sure because it's never been done, or I haven't done it before, or whatever the case may be. Whatever those doubts, whatever those blockages, roadblocks, speed bumps, because that's essentially what they are. Just speed bumps. A little speed bump might slow you down a little bit. Cause a little hiccup. But all right. Keep on going. Sometimes you go too fast. But oh. Was you ready for that? But but we definitely feel like we're being called or have some type of prompting, or some of us is having like a longing for something, or something that we've been wanting to do, but for some reason haven't done it because of whether we're afraid, or it's not necessarily. I feel like it's not necessarily that. No, this might be for a few. It's not that necessarily we're afraid of actually taking that action or that leap of faith, but it's the fear of, once we do, not knowing what's to come after that. Yeah, that's pretty much, yes. I feel like something else is going to come through, but yeah, we'll go back and clarify. It'll come back. Then we have temperance. And this is the awareness to the divine. So with our awareness to the divine, definitely we have a balance. We know that we have a connection to the higher realms, 5D, spirit world, heaven, God. Use your terms. Whatever your preference. No judging here, just words, titles. But like names, everybody got one. But we definitely know that we can go within and call on them, and call on asking our archangels or our guardian angels or our guides or the ancestral realm or spirit to definitely help guide us, which they'll only interfere when we do call on them and ask, because we do have free will. So they're not just going to be like, hey, no, stop, halt, don't do that. It's not going to happen. We have to actually ask them. And then they'll do it, but they not until we ask. So, and with that, we'll definitely be able to have balance. So, with that being at the top of the spread, that definitely, with it being right above the Hierophant, definitely meditate, do some going within, some spiritual baths. Got the water running on in the background and everything. She's sitting here. She's like, I got this. I can do this. We can do it, y'all. We can do it. Got this. Definitely go within. We can definitely getting yellow. A lot of green and yellow. There'll be some heart chakras. I don't feel like they're closed, but just a little underactive, Solar plexus chakra. Definitely Archangel Uriel, I believe, yellow. Don't quote me on that. I'm still getting that. It's a lot of them. So, but yeah, that's some solar plexus chakra. Now, for the next, we have our intellectual path. So we have the Empress in reverse. We have Judgment. And we have the Lovers in reverse. For our intellectual path with the Empress in reverse, this is our self-knowledge. Like I said, this is our intellectual path. So this is our self-knowledge. The Empress, she on top of her game. She know what she doing. Like, I got this. I'm running my stuff. Yeah, I'm up here. The Queen. That's what we're trying to get. That caring, that nurturing, but also being able to hold the composure, and she balances it all. Her emotions, her mind, her connection to the divine. But with it coming up in reverse, it just means we got a little bit to work on, especially with it followed by Judgment. So this is self-control. So definitely need to control our thoughts and control our oh yeah, if you see, well, I already know that I'm got the incense going. Little stream pool of smoke going on over here. With Judgment, with the Empress in reverse, right below it. We hear the call. Some of you may be ignoring it. Might be a little bit stubborn because of the fear and negative thought patterns, and just a little work. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We all go through it. We're all not perfect. We're definitely gonna come into days where some days are definitely harder than others and harder to get by. I mean, I feel like definitely has been some losses, financial, material, losses in romantic partners, spouses, husband, wives, girlfriends, friendships. That is hard. It is hard when you are on a path of enlightening yourself and becoming a better version of you, to lose relationships, close relationships. It is very difficult going through that, because that can set us back and be like, okay, well, am I even doing anything right? Like, is it worth it? Especially when it's a close relationship, like a significant other or a close friend or family even. Especially with reading cards. Like I said, I grew up in a Christian household, and my godfather is a pastor, and I don't know how he feels, but also at the same time, he's never judged me on anything. Like, I'm trans, FTM, LGBT, all the rainbows, yes, Skitter Clan, Six Color Coalition. It is interesting because when I first in high school came out being lesbian, 99.9% of the people I told that were in my life didn't have a problem with that at all. They was like, okay. I'm just looking like okay, like what's okay? I'm sitting here like, oh my god, like what's okay? Don't tell me. Elaborate. Elaborate on this. You just got a cliffhanger going on. Like, Ben knew that. Well, when did you know? Like, you could have told me at least. I mean, I wasn't worried about dating and everything. I had a whole bunch of friends that worried about that, and I was like, nah, it's a little bit of a headache. I don't go through that. No, So what we doing for Halloween? What you dressing up as? Don't worry about stuff like that. We going to see the point, But that was definitely an interesting cycle. So then going from lesbian to trans, which is not like, oh, you just wake up like, oh, well, since and I'm the more boyish physically one in a lesbian relationship. It's like, oh, well, I might as well be a guy. No, I've always kind of looked at guys and been like, dang, like, I seen a guy walking down the street with his shirt off. It wasn't like, ooh, hey, like, no, it was more like, what is your workout plan? Like, we need to hook up. Like, how you get that 6-pack? Like, I need to come to the gym with you. Like, what sports are you playing? I thought I was playing them all. I tried to go out for football, but no. Yeah. But that was back then. That was the early 2000s. So, yeah. we didn't have all this. We actually had a secret group for the LGBT community downtown at Planned Parenthood that a lot of us would go to on Wednesdays to meet with other people that were like us. And it was kind of crazy cool going down there and seeing people from my actual school, like, in there. We kind of just looked at each other like, oh crap. Like, are you going to tell? Like, it was that kind of look like, are you going to tell when we go back to school? But it wasn't. It actually brought us a little bit closer together. Like, I was the type of person that I didn't do cliques. I hung up with everybody. It didn't matter. From the cheerleaders to the jocks to the drama club. Like, I was involved in almost all of it. So, no, it was all different. So, heck yeah, I'm going to try it. Why not? I tried almost anything once. Almost anything. Not everything. Some stuff ain't my cup of tea. But, so, losing, okay, going off on a tangent, but apparently somebody needed to hear that. Losing family and friends can definitely be a rough thing to go to, especially if there has been a different change or preference in such thing as sexual orientation. Like, I really don't know why. Well, obviously I know why this come out, because somebody needs to hear it, but apparently that's where the message is going. But especially in this day and age when you're hearing stuff on with people saying, just erase them. Like, all right. But the Bible, also says the meek shall inherit the earth. So, I mean, they could draw all they want. We ain't going nowhere. We're people. That's how I was taught. God already knows who you are, all the choices you're going to make, every mistake, every heartbreak, every path, every screw up, everything. Like, he already know before you're even down here. So to then go back and go from the Bible and be like, oh, well, no, God didn't want... For one, from where I got it from was in Leviticus, where it says man shall not sleep with man and woman shall not sleep with woman. That's energy. Because if you notice in the Bible, everything is man, but also that's the ones that's mostly chastised. So if you relate that to the energy and the spiritual, realm, as far as, how energies are read and things of that nature and whatnot, it's masculine energies. Two masculine energies, two egotistical, ego-based, both people who are in their head and in a situation that's lacking, a lot of emotions, because emotions are more feminine energies. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female, it's literally an energy. Yeah, that could cause a lot of problems. Like, that's a karmic situation to just put it in the most easiest terms to get it across. Two masculine energy, and two feminine. If both people are completely on their emotions, that means there's no logic behind it. Emotions are, temporary. That's going off of pure passions and things like that. So people end up in karmic relationships as well. And that's, I never understood that if God knew who you are, and you come to the world and you're gay, it's not a choice. Not saying not everybody chooses it, or don't choose it. There's some people out there that literally chooses it just for the fashion statement, if you will. Not trying to... Some people just do it for the attention. There are some people that do that. I came across a few people that do that. I've been to a bar and know the people that, who are straight, and it's like, no, that's why the LGBT community does have the problem that we do sometimes come across people like, oh, well, no, it's a choice because did you choose to be heterosexual? Did you wake up and be like, oh, I'm a woman, so I'm choosing to like men? No, and so neither did we. We didn't wake up and be like, oh, well, I'm going to choose to... Nobody in their right mind would choose to purposely be considered an outcast. Like, nobody black or African American, look, all these titles, so I just thought, I mean, nobody black chooses to put on a hoodie outfit with some Jordans and a baseball cap backwards and have people assume that they're gangbangers or uneducated or grew up in the hood. Nobody who is Mexican chooses to be looked at as an immigrant. Because especially with all the illegal immigrants and all that stuff coming up. From one, we're all illegal immigrants. The only people that was actually Native Americans. Yeah, we're all natives to Earth, but Native Americans. Facts are the facts. Christopher Columbus came over here. Oh yeah, well we're This is our land. Y'all explored a few couple places, assumed nobody lived here, and then just posted your flag and, oh, yep, this is our stuff. If it wasn't for the Native Americans, for one, first of all, since Thanksgiving is coming up, like, we wouldn't, if it wasn't for the Native Americans, a lot of Europeans would have died off. Like, Europeans would have starved. That's how Thanksgiving came about anyway, is the fact that the Native Americans saw them struggling because they didn't know how to survive on this land because they weren't native to it, and came down. They also brought other sicknesses and everything and had other stuff and had a lot of stuff going on, and the Native Americans helped them. When they couldn't figure out the stuff that they were used to planting wouldn't grow over here, especially when wintertime hit. It was like, well, we don't know what to do. Like, it's cold around Thanksgiving. Most of the time, we got global warming going on and whatnot, but hey, so we got 50-degree weather outside. I ain't complaining because that's my birthday. But that's where Thanksgiving came from. It was the Native Americans like, okay, despite what you guys are doing that we feel like is wrong, but obviously that's your culture, to each his own, we're not going to let another living creature, person, whatever, suffer. So, hey, look, this is how you plant corn. Hey, look, these are turkeys. You sacrifice them. Hey, because you pray over it because they're giving and nurturing. You thank them for their life that they gave to you so you can eat, so that you can continue to sustain life and whatnot. And so, hey, this is how you plant corn. This is how you plant squash. This is what you do with this. This is what you do with that. Like, come on now. Come on, somebody. But, I know this is dragging on, but apparently somebody needs to hear this. Yeah, it's hard, man. The world is definitely in deep despair. But, okay, moving on. We have the Lovers in reverse. And this is self-mastery. Love who you are. Love who you are regardless of what anybody says, thinks. Because we have the Empress in reverse, and then we have Judgment, then we have the Lovers in reverse. We are our biggest critic. We are our biggest enemy, essentially. Essentially. I can't talk today. Look, the struggle real. We have to love ourselves first. For one, we can't love anybody else or expect somebody else to love us the way that we honestly truly want to be loved and deserve to be loved if we don't love ourselves first. And not just ourselves with how we present and how through other people's eyes and how other people sees us and based off of other people's opinions of us. No, for yourself. I mean, if I'm a Sag, so a lot of stuff that I say, it comes out, I could be very sarcastic. A lot of times it's honestly out of humor. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I've been bullied before. I've been bullied my whole life because of the fact that I'm dark-skinned or was skinny, and I heard it all, or very muscular to be a girl and could actually play sports and basketball, and I know exactly what that's like, but it still didn't stop me in a younger age for being who I was and loving me regardless of how anybody else felt or saw. I was like, well, that sounds like a personal problem. And so like if people comes out and be like, oh, well, you're a jerk. I mean, as long as you're not intentionally trying to hurt people's feelings, and that's just how stuff, comes out, because Sag has especially Sagittarius and Scorpios and Geminis and Libras definitely have a way of communicating, which we all we're working on that. You know, we're ever evolving and transforming, and changing and learning and growth and all of that. As long as you're not intentionally trying to hurt somebody's feelings or trying to break somebody down or trying, and it's your demeanor. And I've come across people and like, oh my god, well, that person's a jerk and da da da. It's like, well, have you actually sat and talked to that person? Like, have you actually, like, no, that's just them. They're not trying to be a jerk or anything. Like, that's just who they are. And if you actually take the moment to talk to them, like, I worked with this guy and people, and his review from the supervisor was actually that he has a hard exterior. Well, if you actually took the time to talk to the man and you understood how he grew up, his life, or just talking to somebody and understanding who they are, like, no, he actually really doesn't. He's a really cool, sweet, kind guy, but that's just how he presents himself. Especially guys, like, it's the whole, oh, I'm a macho man, type of thing. And no, like, he doesn't go about doing that, but guys get a bad rep for being emotional or sensitive or kind or having emotions and expressing them. Ain't no wrong with that. But love your authentic self. Love who you are. Now, no, I'm not saying that gives you the right, oh, well, because I could just, no, don't go out intentionally hurting somebody's feelings. As long as you're not emotionally, mentally, or physically causing someone else or another living creature pain and suffering, you're good. I mean, of course, we have growth, and yeah, we can't come off with certain ways, and with certain people, we might have to adjust how we say things, because not everybody can take criticism. Some people do better with constructive criticism. Some people don't do criticism at all. You have to, like, draw a diagram or give an example or analogy or a picture or show them a movie, like, hey, and they're like, oh, okay, I get it. Hey, whatever it is, we got to adjust. Because we can't control people. We can't be like, oh, well, that's just who I am, and take it or leave it. I mean, you can, but then karma, so when it comes back to you, just saying. It's a cycle. But love who you are regardless of what people are saying. Love who you are regardless of what family members may be causing you some type of blockages or heartache or pain or some type of disalignment within yourself, because you are you, and at the end of the day, when you go to sleep at night, you are with you. You are with your thoughts. You are with your emotions. And if you're not happy within you, trust me, I've been there. It could lead to depression. It can lead to, especially in a karmic relationship and things of that nature, you can get misdiagnosed with bipolar, anxiety, and all types of stuff. Like, it happens. It happened to me. I actually got misdiagnosed because I had 2 consecutive karmic situations and where I overgave because I could be a highly sensitive empath. I saw people's light, and I saw the potential that somebody could be. Now, there's nothing wrong with seeing potential and then that person actively working towards that potential. But if they're not making a move, then you can't change them. They have to do that on their own. You can't force them. You trying to force them and convince them just causes more resistance, and then they feel, oh, well, now you're trying to change me. It's not, I'm trying to change you, but I see, because you see the potential that if they worked on certain flaws that they could be. And I'm the type of person where if I'm doing something, you're like, hey, nah, that wasn't cool. You got to work on that. I'm like, dang, I did that. My bad. I really was. I'm so sorry. Or I might do something like, man, I don't care. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, damn, I do care. I know, man. I was just in my feelings. I wasn't trying to. It happens. We make mistakes. It's going to happen. But be happy with who you are. Be happy with yourself. That's... Okay. Yeah, we got to move on. We're already at 49 minutes. The next one, we have our emotional path. And we have the moon, the Chariot. Hey, and the Fool. See, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the first one we have, the first card in there is the Moon, which is compassion. If somebody is hurting your feelings, or either we're either holding back emotions on expressing ourselves that can set us free for this Tower moment, so we can be authentically who we actually are. To love ourselves. Express them in a healthy way, of course. I'm not saying just go, ham on somebody. No. Don't do that. But maybe that's your style. Free will. You got the right to do what you want to do. Just beware of karma. Beware of karma. That's all I'm saying. Be conscious of it. Have that. Always keep that in the back of your head, Because some people may not know that that's what it is that they're doing. There are some people who have narcissistic traits, because it's something I just learned last night, actually. There's a difference between the actual diagnosis of somebody being narcissistic and people having narcissistic traits. We all have narcissistic traits. Don't let nobody tell you different. Everybody. Yes, you do. Because nobody's parents is perfect. You have some type of generational curse, whatever. Whether it was in school, at your job, family ties, lineage, whatever you want to call it. Like, we all do. So some people aren't aware of it because nobody's pointing it out to them. They could be one of the alpha males, and it don't matter whether they're a male or a female, but they could be a dominant leader, and because people see that, they're like, we just gonna let them be. We're not gonna tell them, that actually hurts somebody's feelings, or somebody do say it, and then they just be like, oh, I don't care. But it might take just that right person to tell them or be able to break it down to them, like, hey, man, that really is not cool. Like, you can't. Excuse me. We shouldn't do that. That hurts other people's feelings. That actually hurt my feelings. Like, you could be that close enough friend or family member that enlightens them on that. Look, the moon was shining all bright and everything. Could see the whole path. At nighttime, you usually can't see anything. Moon just as bright, could see it all. It looks like it's a little eclipse back there. See, you got the sun back there lighting it up. Oh, hold on, guys. Give me a second. I got a 4-year-old. But, yeah, he's trying to break in the room. He misses that. But, or we could, be too into our emotions and being consumed by our emotions and how we're feeling, and not seeing, not being able to go within and being able to balance what spirit may be telling us, and so that we can find, that justice within ourselves, that balance within ourselves, so we can be the empress. Because that's all linked in the same row right there, right next to each other. Well, not the same row, but horizontally, at the moon, justice, the empress. And, a lot of you may be in your emotions. Like, look at him. He coming out. He like, time to go. About to hit my path. About to go on my path. About to follow it. I don't know exactly where it's gonna lead. You got 2 dogs over there. You're like, you know what? I ain't even worried. I gotta go. I got things to do. Got 2 solid foundations built back there. 2 towers. And got some things to do. 2 also represents self-reflection. Like, yeah, you might come into some problems. 2s can also, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I got me. Next, we have the Chariot. This is empathy. So, this is the balance of shadow side and light side. Know where you're going. See, it looks like that the horses are going to two different paths, but you're like, I got this. We gonna keep going exactly where we're going. They think they about to go to the left or to the right, but I know where we're going. We're going right there. We're going, I need to cut my nails. Okay, I'm sorry, but but yeah, I got this. Have empathy. So have empathy for yourself. Have empathy for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Know that, okay, you know what? I am going to have these negative moments. I am going to have these down moments. I am going to run into problems mentally and spiritually and get out of balance. And, everything ain't going to be all peachy and creamy and good and rainbows and butterflies and raining Skittles and Starburst and whatnot. It ain't going to be cotton candy clouds and look, it ain't going to be Willy Wonka. It's just not all the time. It's not. And even Willy Wonka, boy, he was eating the chocolate, loving the chocolate. See what happened? Got stuck in the tube. That's a good movie though. That movie actually brings up a lot of characteristics that does affect us as far as our mental, spiritual, gluttony. Like he just, nope, I'm about to keep eating this. I was told not to, and this, but then what happened? Karma got his butt. Oh girl, you know what? I do what I want, and I chew gum, and what she do? Turned into a blueberry. You gotta watch what you do. Oh no, I get everything, and got up there and got up there and was an egg, and then dropped down. Went to the incinerator, I believe. Because you want everything. Just, Good movie. It's always hitting me in the movies. And then, for our last card, we have the Fool. And that's love for all creation. Take a leap of faith. Take the leap. Try it. You don't know. Because, see, have the dog back there like, hey, but what about this? But hey, but what about this? But hey, but what about this? And you're like, but look, you might fall down there, but look at that piece of land right there. That little, where he could just be like, hey, let me go ahead and step over there. Or in other words, it could be the dog saying like, hey, pay attention. If you not pay attention to what you're doing, you could end up, drowning your emotions, drowning in your fears, and fall right down to that ditch instead of go ahead taking that leap, literally, and leaping over to that other. Go jump over it. Can't just, go ahead. Is this another way around? Go ahead and take a jump. Take that leap of faith. And at the tower, you take that leap of faith, it's going to start a new cycle. The death card. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead, because we already at 58 minutes. We're going to go ahead and cut this one short. I felt the need to I thought we was going to need to clarify, but no, they told me that was good. That was good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try, I try, y'all. Just y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean. But love who you are, regardless. We're all here for a purpose. We're all here for a mission, and becoming our authentic selves and being truly happy with who we are and where we are in life, that's all that God, Spirit, Source, their energies, Gaia, Allah, Buddha, that's what it's all about. They want us to be happy, not miserable. From the Christianity aspect, the world is Satan's playground. Everybody out here working these miserable jobs that they really don't want to be in. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people. I knew this guy was like, nope. People, hey, you should be a supervisor. He's like, nope, nope, I don't want to do that. And he just works. He was a supervisor at his lab job. He was like, he hated it. He didn't like that, but he enjoys working. He loves the physical aspect of going to work, doing what he got to do, clocking out and leaving. He found his path. He is living his authentic self. And the man is happy every dang on day. Every day. I ain't never seen him in a bad mood. Of course, there's some of this stuff, at work that irritates you. Like, I just don't get why this happens. Right. But that's the one thing I can say at my last job, talking to him about that. Like, we could, bicker about some stuff, and then he'll be like, man, I don't know. Well, still getting paid, though. And he'll just drive off. Like, that is true. I mean, hey, at least he happy. And then there's people like, man, oh my God. Like, for me, I was like, well, I can't do this. I like being micromanaged. I realized there that it was for me to honestly, truly do this and doing exactly what I'm doing, and amongst the other things that I'm working towards, because that was me. I used to have people just come up to me and just talk, and before I know it, I end up knowing their whole life story. Life of empath. I mean, that's literally happened my whole life, all the time. But you made me realize, like, no, I want to do something where I can manage something, but not in the mundane day-to-day things of just the same old, or being micromanaged, or still having somebody else breathing down my back. Because then when you step into a leadership position, especially in a big company, now you got the other. You thought that being the actual just worker, you had people breathing down your back. No, it gets even worse when you step up in leadership. Like, it gets worse, because now you have more responsibility on your plate, because now you have these people above you that when you were just a worker, you was like, man, oh my God, so now you have them being your direct bosses, and then you have to manage all the people who sitting here like, man, I hate my job. Like, no, I ain't about that life. That ain't for me. No. And they ain't for everybody either. So do what it is that you are being called to do, regardless of what everybody else is saying. Live your life the way that you are supposed to live your life. Only you know what it is. I can't tell you. Can't nobody tell you. Only you know. Take a spiritual bath, relax, meditate it on out. Put some salts up in there. Light your candles, have some incense, a little aromatherapy, get your chakras cleansed. I mean, you want to go, if eating make you happy, as long as you ain't glutinous and just eating 6-course meals 5 times a day. I mean, food makes me, I love food. I love cooking because I like to eat. So, of course, I love cooking. But not everybody enjoys the cooking part. I like both. I was that greedy kid. So, I mean, if that makes you happy, go to your favorite restaurant. Hey, that might be the thing to make you loosen up and be like, yeah, I do love me. I do love my life. And get out there and mingle. But just don't let your thoughts and your fears and the outside influences of everybody else determine who you are in your path. And it was 1337 when I said that. So that's some beautiful numbers right there. But yeah, that's it. See y'all tomorrow for some more what should we call it? Daily spiritual enlightenment. Some more DSE. Because STE, that just sounds too close to STD. So we gonna go DSE like that. That don't sound right. That ain't. I don't like that. We gonna go DSE. So see you tomorrow. Some more daily spiritual enlightenment. Sign off.